Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to share with you a flip through of the month of May in my Hobonichi Cousin. Now this is my main planner. It includes everything except for work. I have a different Hobonichi Cousin for work, which is an April start, but I will not speak much about it in this video. I will probably speak a lot more of it in my second quarterly update, so please look out for that. Now I will share each and every spread that I use in this planner, which is basically all the spreads. It is not necessary that you try to force yourself to use it, because I enjoy using all the spreads and that is why I use them. But I know that some people think that you have to use all the spreads and that makes it the most effective. That is not true. I think if you find it difficult to use all the spreads, there are of course other planner options you can consider. Or maybe there are spreads like this one which you can just skip. You do not have to use it. For example, I am kind of struggling with my work planner because the weekly spreads are not really useful for me in my work planner, but that's a story for another time. So let's begin with this. So this is a very basic minimal spread. What I do over here is track my multiple sources of income, which is basically three. I have three sources of income. I don't receive from all three every month, but when I receive, I just highlight in green the day that I received the income, and also below I write the source, maybe an initial for the source, and of course I write down the amount as well. So this is what I've been doing so far this year and I like it. I cannot say how effective this will be because I did not do this last year and I regretted it because sometimes I need to go back and see the record of this thing, and I did not have last year's. So this year I'm tracking it. Hopefully it will turn out to be quite useful for me by the end of the year or even next year for that matter. So let us go to the next spread now. Now this is the index and I use it exactly as that, as an index. So what I do is I write over here the main highlights of my daily pages. The daily pages are where I journal. And of course I journal a lot. It is not that all these spreads are empty, just to be clear, but I do not feel the need to write all of them over here. I just pick out things that I feel that I will need to refer to maybe at the end of the year or through this, or in between this year, or maybe even next year for that matter. Again, this is something new that I tried out this year, so I think I can speak better about it once I complete this year and move ahead to next year to see how well this spread has worked out for me. So just a few things that I've written in the month of May, not much, but I have journaled a lot more than what I've written over here. And yes, let's go to the next one. So what I've been doing is I don't keep tabs for these since I don't come to them often. It's just like once or maybe a maximum of 3 times a month. So I don't really need tabs for that. The only place I have tabs on are the monthly spreads, the weekly spread that I'm currently on, and of course the daily spread that I'm on. So this is a set of 3 tabs that I got from an Erin Condren seasonal surprise box. I like it and I don't like it. I like it because they are some sort of pastel colors that are different from each other. So this one just has a design on it, while the other two are, one is a to-do tab and the other one is a today tab. So the to-do one works perfectly for my weekly spreads, while the today works great for my daily spreads. Now what I don't like about them is the fact that they leave a lot of marks on the page. I'm not sure whether it's picking up on camera. See, I think that's more clear. They leave a lot of marks on the page, which is not something that I appreciate, okay? But at the same time, I'm trying not to be really bothered by that, because once that month is complete and I remove the tab and place it on another spread, the marks don't last for long, they tend to go. So it's not really a huge bother for me, but I might try to find other tabs for next year. I think I will go with the same tabs for this year, but I'm not really sure whether I want to continue with them. Now coming to the actual spread. So my monthly spreads are for pre-planning as well as for me to sort of have a monthly view to refer to later on. So the pre-planning section is very short. What I have over here is just washi tape covering the days that are not a part of this month. That is just for decoration, truthfully, and I've done that for already for all 12 months. And I have already noted down anniversaries or birthdays that are there every month in advance for all the 12 months. So this year I have used these corner stickers to indicate them. They are from Kita, and of course then I've just written down the names of people celebrating it. So that is quite simple, as you can see, but frankly I don't like the corner stickers much. I prefer the ones that I used last year. They were circle stickers, almost like these, but they were more prettier, as in they were floral stickers. You could see the number clearly as well. Now that is about it for pre-planning. The rest of it is written as the month passes, as the days pass, and later on it gives me a good view of what happened in this month in brief, at least the important things, the main events and the bills that have been paid and such. So let's just go quickly through what I have over here. So this month was quite kind of hectic for me because I traveled a lot. So this entire section that you see highlighted is me traveling, so I have not been at home. And I tried to write a little bit of what happened each day, just for me to get an overview. Of course there's more in detail in my other spreads, but this is just a quick view for me. Now other than that, I have a number of circle stickers, a lot of them in fact, but I can remember them. I have a key for them at the back, but I really don't need it because I can remember them. So this is for my periods, and this is for church events. There are in fact multiple church events that come on Sundays and a few on other days as well. Each color indicates a different event. I know what it refers to. I am a part of a community, so I really need to know the dates at the end of the year. So that is what that circle stickers are for. Moving ahead to the next thing, I have these smaller stickers that you see, the smaller circle stickers. They are used to indicate bills. I don't write deadlines. What I do is write down the date that I paid the bill on. So I tend to pay early most of the time. So this is just for me to be aware of what is the amount and when did I pay it. And other than that, I also track my social media. I'm on YouTube and Instagram. So what I do is when I post, I just kind of draw this icon. I know it's horrible, but anyway, that is Instagram. And then I also try to, this is something new this year. I never tracked my numbers before, so this year I'm kind of just tracking my numbers just to get an idea of how my uploading is affecting my viewers as such. So this month was quite bad. As you can see, I just uploaded twice this month and just posted once on Instagram, which is, I know, quite bad. So I knew it was not going to improve this situation, but I understand because I was quite busy and tired to do anything about it this month. Now I think that's about it for the monthly spread. I think I'll manage to cover it all without missing any of it. So let's go to the next one. The next one is the to-do tab. I think I've placed it on the wrong one since I'm in June right now. Yes. So this is the 1st of May. I tend to not use stickers as of otherwise on the weekly spread. The only reason you see this is because I got an EC seasonal surprise box, and there was, I think there were 2 sticker sheets on it, and I don't like to keep stickers that I feel that I won't use for later. I just use it on the spot whether I like it or not, and I just place them over here. Yes, I don't think it's that bad, but yes, that is why I have these stickers over here. I'll just flip to the next page so that you can see how it has been going this month. This entire spread is blank for a reason, because I was not here, I was traveling. I don't carry my planner when I travel. I know that there are many people who do, but I never do that because I find it to be not very heavy, but it is adding to my luggage, and secondly, I don't even use it. I don't think I'll ever find the time to use my planner when I'm traveling, because we tend to travel in a group and there's a lot of talking, chatting going on, and really nothing else happens, and I don't think I'll ever find the time to plan when I'm traveling. Maybe in the future, but not as of now. So this is from an EC notepad that I had got for free as part of an order long back, and I frankly never use that notepad because for all of this I have a planner. but this is one time I decided to, just do a little bit of back planning of the things that happened over there, and that is what you see over here. So that's about it. Now coming to the actual spread, this is the weekly spread. This is more or less how it looks like every week if I'm regular with it. So right on top I have my water tracker. This is from the Hobonichi stencil, in case you're interested in creating that shape. I like to do it, you can do it pretty quickly and then just fill it up as you drink the necessary amount of water. The left hand side is also the tracking, so I have hair care, vitamins, skincare and sleep. So if you want me to explain any of this further, just let me know, otherwise I'm just running through them. Then of course the entire spread, I have divided it into 3 sections. So the top section is me time, then I have to do, and then of course events. I do not use the timeline at all because I've tried using it and it seemed more or less redundant to me, so I've stopped using it at this point of time. Now in me time for the month of May, in fact from Jan to May, it has been more or less the same thing, in the sense that I have included 2 things in that section. The first one is the book that I'm reading that week or that month, and I write the first letter of the name of the book so that I know which book it is, and below that, as each day passes, I update how many pages I have read. So that takes place each day depending on how much I read that day. Of course I leave a line blank to do that. I know about it now, it's the same format, so it's pretty easy for me to do that. The second thing that I have is part of a language learning section. So I'm learning a language and I'm trying to watch YouTube videos for that purpose. But sometimes it kind of gets boring for me, so when I write it down, I see to it that I have watched the video that day. That is why this is written way in advance, just to clear as such, because if I do it on a day-to-day basis, I won't watch the video, so there's no point of even adding it over there. But once I write it, I see to that I watch it, because they're very short videos. I see the name, I go to YouTube, then I just watch the video. But there has been a change to this in the month of June, which I will come back to later in the month of June, of course, once I show you the flip through of that. Coming to the second section over here, which is the to-do section. Of course, this is my main planning section, where I write down my to-dos and I tick them off or cross them off as required, depending on whether I did the action or not. Now, certain things are repetitive in the sense that they come up every week, specifically cleaning tasks as such. So there are some things I can add in my weekly planning when I do that on the previous Sunday, while many are added each day as such, depending on the tasks that I have for the next day. So that is that. Then right below I have the events section. Frankly, I'm an introvert. I do not go out for much events, but you will see a lot of events every week, simply because I'm involved in a lot of church activities, and there are regular events every week. I need to write them down so I know the time as well as where it took place, because I need all of it for the report that is written at the end of the year. There was nothing over here on on Saturday. Usually there is, but there was nothing this Saturday. Anyway, let's go ahead to the next spread. It's basically the same thing. As I said, I don't use stickers over here because just don't feel like doing it. This spread, once it's completed, I rarely come back to it. Might come, but not necessarily. But I've been using it quite regularly in May. That makes me happy. Of course, some of it you will see empty. That does not bother me, because I think May was more or less a good month for me. So that is the month of May. Now we will go to the daily spreads. Now the daily spreads again. Am I on the correct month? Yes. Okay, so this is the tab that I have for it. Can you see it? Okay, anyway, like I said, I really love this, but it tends to leave marks, and yeah, think about it in case you're interested in that. But I prefer this over the other smaller Midori tabs because they're extremely small. Sometimes I'm trying to find them and I just don't get them. But yes, they don't leave any marks. That is a pro of that. coming to the daily spreads, there's always this dashboard page, which I wouldn't say is exactly having a functional use for me, because I could use it functionally, but I decided to just write some quotes or words that I like over here, simply because this for me is connected to the journaling pages, and I don't see it just doesn't make any sense to me to plan things over on the spread. Maybe if I had this dashboard before the weekly pages, I would probably do something more functional over there. But I kind of like how this has turned out for me every month, because sometimes I just get beautiful words and I like to go back, flip through it, read those words again, and that's very nice as well. So I'm not talented at decorating. That's why you can see random washi and stickers on my spreads, but this is my decorating section as well, where I attempt to use my non-existent creative skills. So let's begin. So here I have a few words. A dream written down with a date becomes a goal broken down into steps becomes a plan backed by action becomes reality. I think that is so true. Specifically in our community, I think that is something that we have to really think about. I won't speak much on that, so let's go to the second one. The beautiful part of writing is that you don't have to get it right the first time, unlike, say, brain surgery. And it's true, I always tend to make mistakes. There's one right here, I've used a whiteout on that. I think it's not picking up on camera, but it's there. I tend to make mistakes a lot while writing, and many people are really bothered by it. I'm not. I tend to use whiteout at times to, correct it. At times I just ignore them. I probably draw a line across it and then just rewrite again. Okay, right next to it. And it doesn't even get noticed. I'm fine with that. That works out for me, may not work for everyone. Now coming to the daily spreads. This is my journaling section, okay? But there is a way that I use it that I started doing this year, so I'll just go through that. You can journal in different ways. It can be journaling about your emotions or actually writing about your entire. So this year journaling for me includes some more of writing about my entire day, so that I can go back and look into it for if I feel like I need to look up something. So I would say sort of a memory keeper for me. That is what is happening in my journaling section or on the daily spreads. And this is something that I've been doing this year, where I'm highlighting what I'm writing about. See, because I'm writing it on quite small on the grids, and it's kind of difficult to find something when I look through it. So I prefer to do this where I'm just highlighting whatever is important over there. So the rest of it could be just maybe me writing about my emotions or how I felt that day. But I pick up certain important topics and just, write them out big. So you can see that I've used some pages for journaling. I've left a lot of it. It doesn't heavily bother me. I do not know why. I know many people are easily bothered by the blank pages. I think I'm kind of weird with the fact that it doesn't really bother me that there is blank space over here. Just to be clear, these stickers are placed beforehand when I set up a month in the previous month. For example, right now we are in June, so I will be setting up the month of July towards the end of June, or when I feel like it. And I place them randomly on the spread. There's no rhyme or rhythm to it. It's just random. Okay. So you can see that sometimes there are multiple important topics that I write about. Sometimes I don't write anything, or as in highlight anything. Sometimes I just write one paragraph and it's largely blank. But I'm quite happy with how May went, considering the previous months were not so great for me. So this is my daily spread section. And then we are almost coming to the end of it. This is more or less the same thing, so I'll just go through it quickly. So that is the last daily spread of May. Now going to my library. So this is where I have my to be read section. So this is entirely washi. Okay, this is empty washi tape if I'm not mistaken, and I think it sort of gives a nice library look. And this is how it looks. It's quite simple. I find this easier to do because I'm not talented into drawing the actual bookcases or whatever spreads that people tend to use in bullet journaling for the library that they create. So what I've done is I've just taken pictures of the book covers of the books that I plan to read this year. This is from Goodreads, just to be clear. And then below it, I'll just choose a random book. Okay. So below it, what I have is the stars that I'm giving it, the rating that I'm giving it, whether depending on whether I like the book or not. And this bar is to indicate how much I read of the book, just for fun. And I write down the actual number of pages. Maybe it's an ebook or a different type of book. I write down the number of pages I have in that book and how many pages, of course, I completed. The category of book, science fiction, the type of book that I read, ebook in this case, the month that I read it in. Okay, so it was May. In May, I have read 1, 2, 3 books. This was supposed to be in May, but I think because of my traveling, I ended up not completing it. In fact, I couldn't even continue with it. For some reason, I tried to start it up. It's not that the book is bad. I just couldn't start it up again. So you can see that I've left it at 60 and that's it. I've not continued with this book in June. Okay, so the next spread onwards, what I have is June, the books that I'm reading in June. So I know it is not a great number. It is just 8 books as far as May is concerned, up to May, from Jan to May. And I know people read a lot more, but I've been slacking. I know I've been slacking. So yeah, that's more or less as far as the spreads are concerned. This is just the key and some stickers that I use. I find it easier to pick it up from here rather than placing it elsewhere. Frankly, it's just me being lazy. It's quite easy to find stickers on my desk because it's right there where I can reach it. Anyway, that was my flip through of the month of May in my Hobonichi Cousin. I hope you loved it. If you have any questions or comments, please put it down below. I would love to talk to you. Bye.